How's it? This is your football video for Friday, November the 1st. And it's not just for Friday, this is your entire week of football selections for week 10 of college football and also the NFL, all the free selections. So week 9 of the NFL and week 10, or I should say week 9 of the NFL and week 10 of college football. All right. So let's get to all of your free thoughts here. I have a total of, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 15, 17, 18, I think around 25 free selections in football. So you guys ready? So we're going to do this video every single week. Hello, I'm Indian Cowboy. This is Doc Sports. Indian Cowboy's been around for 19 years, and Doc Sports has been around for a cool 53 years. Been around a long time. How this works, our best selections are over at DocSports.com under Rune Shiva. Our next best selections are free picks and leans, which is the video that you're watching now. I do a daily video, but I do one separate football video for the week just to give you a head start. This video is coming at you on Friday, November the 1st. Next week, I'll have it to you on Wednesday evening so that you have it for Thursday all the way through Monday games as well. So you'll be sure to check out my daily video as well. That has my daily content for NBA, NHL, and college basketball, which starts in 3 days. We had a winning WNBA season plus 5,700. NBA, we're gonna have a fantastic season. Hockey, we had an 8-unit winner recently. So let it be NBA, college basketball, hockey, and obviously we do a live show every night as well around 9 o'clock for YouTube premium clients. And for $20 a month, you get basically 300 selections, which is the day before. And some of them turn out to be premium selections, which are sold at Doc Sports under Rune Shiva. All right, you guys ready? Let's get to it. Again, on the daily video, I'm not going to explain the selections. I'm just going to tell you what it is. If you want a detailed explanation, come back to this video, which is the football video every week released on Wednesday. All right, so the first game here, remember, we have a top 8-unit selection on Saturday night. We have our 6-unit NFL selection as well, and then a selection between Ole Miss and Arkansas, and then 2 NFL selections as well. So 5 IC5 football card, all of it is still available for you to purchase. All right, so be sure to grab it. Let's get to it. Your first game is Northwestern Purdue. I like the over between Northwestern and Purdue. What you have here is a Northwestern team that is 3-5, and Purdue is 1-6. Northwestern put up 3 and 14 points in their last 2 games. Purdue comes in this game scoring no points against Oregon after they scored 49 against Illinois. So I think what happens here is that you will see both these teams bust out on offense. It's a great public fade. The public is on the under. I actually think Purdue will win this game, but I love the over here. I think Northwestern will bounce back. I think Purdue will bounce back. Whenever 2 bad teams get together, I always think they have a tendency to go over the posted total. Illinois and Minnesota, I think Minnesota is tired of losing to Illinois. And Minnesota lost to Illinois the last 3 straight times. And I like Minnesota. They beat Maryland by 22 points, which is tough to do. They've covered 4 in a row. They beat UCLA. They beat USC. They were great against Michigan, just barely lost. If you look, they're quietly 6-1 ATS, which is awesome. And I understand that Illinois rolls into this game losing 9-38 against Oregon. I think they'll be hung over, to be honest with you. And so I think Minnesota is favored for a reason. I'm going to go with, I think Minnesota is favored for a reason. I'm going to go with Minnesota. Kentucky, Tennessee, and the SEC. I like Kentucky here. They come off a horrible loss. This team is 3-5. They're desperate. Tennessee's off of a huge win in their last game against Alabama. Probably a massive letdown. Remember, this is the same Kentucky team that went into Ole Miss and won. Some people are starting to call for Stoops' head. And Kentucky's losers are 3 straight. And I think it makes a lot of sense for them to fight here and be competitive in this game. I like Kentucky. Texas A&M and South Carolina. I'm calling the upset here. I love South Carolina here. It almost made my card. I might make this my free play on Saturday. I'm not sure. South Carolina is 4-3, and their losses are to Alabama, Ole Miss, and LSU. What's wrong with that? That's pretty good, and they could have won 2 of those games easily. They probably should have beaten my Alabama Crimson Tide, and they probably should have beaten LSU for that matter. So I think A&M is getting a bit lucky here. They're only 3-point favorites here. They destroyed LSU, I get it, but their quarterback didn't play well. South Carolina is a very underrated team. I think South Carolina wins outright, but I'll be happy to take the 3 or the 3.5. NFL, Chargers versus Cleveland. I like the Chargers there. Can the Browns do it again? Jameis is a lunatic, we all know, but he did throw for 330 yards, and he's a lovable lunatic with 3 touchdowns, and he beat Lamar, the MVP. These guys could rally behind Jameis, but I don't think he puts together back-to-back quality starts. I'm going with the Chargers. They come off a loss against Arizona, and I think it's a good opportunity for them to bounce back. Vegas and Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati here, but the only problem is that Vegas is off a bunch of losses. Losing by 20 points is tough, though. They were tied at the half before the wheels fell off. It's now or never for the Bengals, to be honest with you, and I think they finally bounce back here. But I know Vegas will play really hard for their coach, so a small lean on Cincinnati, nothing big. I would take a bigger lean on the over in this game. Patriots and Tennessee. I like Tennessee here. I trust it. We trust the Patriots. I mean, do you really trust the Patriots because they had a pretty good game against the Jets? I don't. I think they have a big letdown. Brissett threw for 130 yards, and they somehow managed to win that game. Levis gets his team back on track, I believe, and the Titans realize who their QB is after this couple weeks. And I like Tennessee, small lean on them. And I already told you my lean was on the Jets over the Texans the other day, and I said I'm going to hold my nose and lean on the Jets. That was on my Wednesday daily video. Remember, I do a video every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and one extra football video on Wednesday. That's a separate football video just for football. And I hope you join our football card this week. We hope to go 5-0, 3-2, 4-1, anything with a winning week. But especially try to win our 8-unit selection hopefully on Saturday. Washington and the Giants in the NFL. I like the over there. Washington has 18 points last game. They scored 18 points. They won 21-18. Giants could have won. Remember, Washington beat them 21-18 last time, okay? And the Giants could have won. They had so many chances in that game, but they failed to score all those times. I remember because I was on the over in that game. And Daniels actually threw for 330 yards in their last game, and they still nearly lost. And Caleb only threw for 130 yards. I think what happens here is the Giants are an active dog, and Washington will have more success on the offensive side. I like the over. New Orleans and Carolina. I like the over, and I like Carolina. New Orleans beat this team 47-10 last time. Rattler went 12 for 24 last game for 156 yards. Carolina was actually up 7-0 at the end of the first quarter against Denver. I think Carolina gets some revenge here, plays well. I also like the over here. I think they can be an active dog, and I think New Orleans will let Rattler go off a bit here and just be nothing to lose. They scored 8 points last game. I think they got to make him throw the ball all over the place, and therefore I like the over. Atlanta and Dallas. I like Dallas here. Dallas was up 10-6 on the Niners before losing. They had to face the Lions the week before. They beat a good Steelers team. They beat the Giants too. The Falcons have beaten the Saints, Bucks twice now. I don't trust my Falcons fully here. I think the Cowboys are in a must-win, and I think Dallas steps up here and beats my Falcons. I like them plus the 3. Miami and Buffalo. I like the over there. Buffalo's won this game the last 3 times, and I can't take Miami. They are hobbled, banged up, but still trying. Was up on Arizona at the half. But Buffalo always gets up for Miami, it seems, and I like the over. And Miami's a solid dog, I think. They have to win, and Buffalo always gets up for divisional opponents. Therefore, I like the over in this game. By the way, don't forget, I still have a lot more college football to get to. Detroit and Green Bay, I like the under there. Green Bay's off of a loss and playoff-type atmosphere. Detroit comes off 50 points in their last game, 50-plus points. Sure, Green Bay could be an active dog, but I think the only thing that makes sense here is the under. Sorry, I want to be very clear. I like Detroit and Green Bay under the posted total, okay? When Detroit faces elite defenses, they have a tendency to struggle. I know they scored 50 points their last game. They're not going to score 50 points this game. Green Bay is going to be great off of a loss as well because they come off of a loss. They're going to be motivated, which means this game probably goes under. Rams in Seattle. I like the Rams. Aren't you fascinated with the Rams here that they're favored here on the road? Stafford did throw for 4 touchdowns against Minnesota. Seattle lost to the Giants by 1 point. They are super suspect. Divisional opponent too. Rams have a tendency to play divisional games pretty well. I don't want to go against Seattle too much here coming off their toughest loss, but I think the Rams have the better coaching, and I think they continue to play well. Indianapolis, Minnesota in the NFL. I like the under there. Flacco named the starting QB, and I think they rally behind him. Honestly, it's hard to go against both of these teams. The Colts should rally behind Flacco, but Minnesota's off back-to-back losses, so what do you do here? You have Indianapolis off of a loss and Minnesota off of back-to-back losses. The Vikings defense did give up 30 points in back-to-back games, and I think that makes a lot of sense that the under happens here. And I think the Colts play pretty well off of a loss too on defense. So Tampa Bay and Kansas City, I like the under there. Look, I can't take the Bucs because all the Chiefs do is cover, and they have every official on their payroll, it seems. I can't take the Chief, but the Bucs do come off of. I can't take the Chiefs either because the Bucs will treat this as their Super Bowl, and the Bucs come off back-to-back losses to the Falcons and the Ravens. The Bucs won't be happy losing to the Falcons twice. I like the under. I think the Bucs bounce back defensively because Bowles is a defensive-minded coach, and I think the Chiefs get up to face Baker as well, and they'll play quality defense, and I like the under. Vanderbilt, Auburn, I'm going to surprise you here. 70% of the public is riding Vanderbilt, but I like Auburn. I think Auburn's actually getting better, and I love Coach Lee at Vanderbilt. I watch his press conferences all the time, but I absolutely will not make this premium selection. I almost did, but I like Auburn here. I think they figured some things out against Kentucky with their big win on the road. Vanderbilt is a Georgia State win away from being 6-2, and I get that, and their only losses are to Tech, and one of their losses is to Texas, one of their 2 losses. But I think after the Texas game, Vanderbilt has a massive letdown, and Auburn steps up here. Auburn needs this game for bowl eligibility, and I like Auburn. Florida, Georgia, I like Florida. Florida has nothing to lose here, and I think they play their hearts out here. They're playing better every week. Georgia beat Texas despite Beck throwing 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. Unbelievable. Texans, so he didn't play well. Texans ran for only 30 yards, and UGA ran for 100 plus. I think Florida gets up for this game. I like Florida. Maine and Oklahoma, I like the under there. When Venables comes off 3 straight losses, you know he's going to play fantastic defense or have his guys ready to go. Oklahoma held Ole Miss to 23 points. Why can't they hold Maine to 0 or 7 points? UMass, Mississippi State, I like the over there. The former offensive coordinator of Ole Miss is at Mississippi State, and I think what makes sense here is the over. The only way this team knows how to bounce back is through offense. I'm talking about Mississippi State and not defense. And UMass can be an active dog here. That's why they're only listed as an 18.5 point dog. I like the over here as they get up to face Mississippi State. Texas A&M and South Carolina. I like South Carolina here. I told you about that game, didn't I? Did I have this game listed twice? I do. Sorry about that. Yeah, you already know I like South Carolina there. All right, Virginia Tech, Syracuse. I like me some Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech Coach Fry, former defensive coordinator of Penn State, has his team rolling right now. Their loss to Miami and Vanderbilt looks pretty good now, doesn't it? Covered 4 straight as well. Syracuse is off their worst loss of the year. That worries me. I get it, but I can't lay off Virginia Tech here. Syracuse lost to Stanford at home, for God's sakes, and Virginia Tech is legit. I think they probably roll here. Duke and Miami. I like Duke. I know Miami will want to kill Duke because the coach of the Duke Blue Devils, Manny Diaz, used to coach Miami, so I'm sure the boosters are like, destroy this man. But I like Duke here. I think they will play hard, and do not underestimate Diaz's ability to coach these guys up. I understand the public is on Diaz, and I don't care. Duke's Murphy went for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and they made SMU quarterback throw 3 interceptions. I like Duke here. I know Miami wants to blow them out, but I still like Duke. Stanford and NC State. I like Stanford here, and a small lean on the over. If you are Stanford, are you not desperate to show up here big time? You nearly beat Wake Forest. I can see Stanford an active underdog here too. Push the tempo and send this game over the posted total. And a small lean on Stanford. So a small lean on Stanford and a small lean on the over. I don't trust NC State at all after their big win. ACC, UNC versus FSU. I like the over there. Only thing that makes sense here is the over to me. FSU completed 11 passes between 2 quarterbacks last game. Literally, they completed 11 passes between 2 QBs. I think UNC is off of a huge win, scoring 40-plus points, beating Virginia. They only gave up 14 points as well. I think FSU's offense will be much better at home. UNC is a small letdown. I believe they'll have a small letdown as well on the defensive side. I think FSU can be an active dog, and I think this game goes over. Finally, your 25th free selection in football, Louisville, Clemson. I like the over. Louisville will want to show up here. This is for the chance to get back into the top 25. And I think Clemson will want to run up the score here as much as they can because they want to propel back into the top 10. Clemson, 49 points and 48 points the last 2 games. Louisville put up 45 points on Miami as well. I like the over there. I know this was a long video. Lots of selections here. I think it was 25 total between, I think there was 16 NFL. No, there's 15 NFL this week, right? So, yeah, I don't know. There's 15 NFL but 25 selections between NFL and college football. We have 5 college football premium selections over at Doc Sports. Join us for the NFL season. I should say football season. We have an 8-unit selection on Saturday. Join us for the NBA, college basketball, hockey, and, of course, our live show. I do a free daily show every day, free play video every day, and I do a live show at night every day, only for YouTube premium clients. For $20 a month, it's obviously 300 selections, but and some of them turn out to be premium selections the next day. Hope you enjoyed the content. I tried my best. Please give this video a like and a thumbs up. Isn't that the same thing? I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.